Good evening, Rebirth family. Good to see you guys again, or at least looking at the camera and know you can see me. I'm Brother Zeke, and I'm here to bring you the second of the cross devotions. The second thing that Jesus said. The second thing that Jesus said was when he and the thief were talking on either side of him. And I'm going to quote you this from Luke chapter 23, verses 42 and 43 in the Amplified Version. And he was saying, this is the thief that liked Jesus. Was saying, Jesus, please remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus said to him, I assure you and most solemnly say to you, today you'll be with me in paradise. Now some versions like the King James that I grew up with, and probably some of you too, says verily. Verily means truth or certainty. So Jesus was letting this guy know that with assurance and certainty, you'll be with me in paradise today. And I find this interesting because this thief, even though he was in excruciating pain, he's being crucified too. So he's in excruciating pain. He's under extreme stress. The anxiety and the fear must have just been immeasurable. And yet, he turns and he defends Jesus, because if you remember, the first thief was angry and bitter and blaming Jesus and saying, if you're who you say you are, why don't you save us? Why don't you get us down off this cross? Why don't you save us? But the other thief, even under all this stress, turns and defends Jesus. It's like he realizes who Jesus is. And he exhibits faith and belief in Jesus, and that Jesus is who he says he is. You know, I think it's safe to say we're all under a lot of extreme stress right now. And the example that I get from this thief is that even under all this fear and all this frustration, stay true and have faith in God, and He'll reward your devotion, and He'll renew your strength. If a guy can do it when he's actually physically being crucified, we can do it now. Have faith. Don't be afraid. Now, on the other hand, or in verse 43, Jesus, his response to him is, I assure you and most solemnly say to you, today you'll be with me in paradise. Okay, the same thing is true here. Jesus is being crucified. He's in excruciating pain. He's under extreme stress. And yet, he finds a way to minister to somebody else. He finds a way to deny his own pain, to deny himself, and turn around and minister to this person who believes in him, and to bring another soul into heaven with him as he goes. He's offering hope. He's witnessing about his heavenly Father, and all this while he's in such pain and is so afraid and everything's going on. For us, especially now, with all this going on, if you need an infusion of the Spirit, one of the best ways to do it is to put yourself aside and be aware of the pain and the suffering of others, and go and minister to them. Contact other people, call people, text people, Facebook message, FaceTime Live. Connect with somebody that you know is hurting and is in pain, and it'll let them know that they'll feel loved, and it'll dispel feelings of isolation for them, and it'll open a channel for the strength and joy of God to refill you and charge you up with His strength again. It works. I've done it. Trust me, it works. The second thing that Jesus said on the cross shows both the relationship between God and the supplicant or the sufferer, and between the representative on Christ on earth, us, and those who are suffering around us. God is with us no matter which person you are, whether you're the supplicant and the sufferer, or you're the person who's putting aside yourself to minister to somebody else who's in pain. God's with you either way. He's with you on both sides. So when you're feeling fearful and frustrated, and I don't have to say I know people are. Yeah, of course, everybody's feeling fearful and frustrated right now. When you get that way, when you feel that fear, That's a thing of the enemy. Turn to the enemy and quote Isaiah 8:10, which says, "Call your councils of war, but they will be worthless. Develop your strategies, but they will not succeed, for God is with us." And if you remember, one of Jesus' names is Emmanuel, which means God with us. Thank you guys. Have a great time.